I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to be talking about 5 easy ways that you can start paying your debt off. A keyword, start. Okay, so to get started, we're going to go ahead and let you, whoa. Okay. The first step you need to take is actually taking a good hard look at all your debt. So that means looking at everything, writing it down, figuring out how much you owe, what your balances are, what's your minimum payment, and what is the interest rate on each thing that you owe. Okay, so I need you to list it all out so that you can have it when you're figuring out what you want to do next. I know it can be a little bit scary, but it's really important to look into this because how will you get started if you don't know what you're dealing with, right? So I just remember when I was in college and coming out of college, right, figuring out exactly how much debt I had accrued really freaked me out. I really wish I had looked a little bit earlier, and I feel like if I did look earlier, I probably would have been a little bit more prepared for the journey that I'm on today still, and I probably would have made a little bit different decisions, right? So I think it's just really important to be aware of where we are, because if we don't know, then we can't get started. So yeah, do that. After you've made your list and you've written everything out, the balances, interest rate, and all of that, it's really important to figure out, okay, how am I going to approach this as far as where am I going to get the money to pay the debt off. So for someone like me, what I normally do, I take all my fixed bills and all my expenses, and then I just go ahead and put aside the money that I need to pay that off, and then whatever is left over, I honestly just see, okay, how much of this can I contribute to my debt. So I'm definitely that person that is saying, what can I absolutely live without? What can I get rid of in order to have the most to throw at my debt? Now, that's not for everybody. So another approach could be what a lot of people reference as the 5-30-20 budget rule, I want to say. So basically what this is saying is that 50% of your income could be allocated towards your needs, which is like your housing, your food, gas, things that you absolutely need to live. And then 30% of your income can go towards your needs, right? So these are things that we don't necessarily need in order to have a good life, but they just make life a little bit more enjoyable. So it could be like subscriptions or like entertainment, hanging out with your friends, shopping, getting your hair done, getting your nails done, buying that new thing that you like for a hobby that you have. So these are things that you want but you do not need. So again, it's really important to differentiate between the two, because sometimes people have difficulty with that. 20% of your income can go towards your debt repayment and your savings. So this is really for anyone who wants to contribute to their 401k or anything that you're using to save your money. This is where you should be looking at how much of your income should be going towards that. And then also, like, if you're someone who just wants to save for a rainy day or something like that. And then lastly, towards your debt repayment, right? So again, that 20% should be for your savings and your debt repayment. So now that you have 2 different ideas as far as maybe how you can get the money to start paying your debt off, it's really important to think about where you can cut corners, right? So it's important to take a step back and to really look at your expenses and really look at everything in your budget to figure out what can you afford to cut down on or get rid of. Again, when we talked about the wants and the needs, it's really important to figure out this is the time to get rid of those things that you don't necessarily need, or you should kind of sacrifice on for right now if you're really serious about paying your debt off. So the last thing that's really important to figure out would be, what method are you going to take to pay your debt off, right? So there's 2 really popular methods that a lot of people reference, which is going to be the debt snowball, and there's the avalanche, or it might be debt avalanche. I'm not really sure. But when it comes to the debt snowball, this is when you're going to be ranking your debts from basically the lowest amount to the highest amounts, and you're going to be paying them as such, right? So some of the benefits to this approach is that you're going to get a lot of motivation out of the process, because you're seeing this, it's like, you're building up on it. You're starting out slow, and you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. And so you get started, you pay it off, so you're excited, you're like, I did that, now I'm gonna pay the next one, and so on and so on. So a lot of people like that. If you're someone who's gonna need a lot of motivation in this process, I think it's probably smarter to start small and work your way up. Now the other approach is actually probably financially smarter, but it's not for everybody, because in this approach you're ranking your loans from the highest interest rate to the lowest interest rate, and you're paying them off in that order. So it's kind of difficult to stick with this one because you're not seeing the immediate reward and getting the immediate gratification like you do with the snowball. However, financially it makes a lot more sense, because You would pay off the loan that would be accruing money at a higher rate over time versus Snowball, right? Snowball, you're just working with the smallest amount and working your way up. So you might have a high interest rate one with a high amount at the very top, and that's not ideal for everyone, right? So some people see, at least when I pay off this one with the high interest rate, it'll be one less amount of debt that's accruing an extensive amount of money over time. So it really just depends on who you are. You just need to know your personality and what's going to help keep you motivated in the process. So for some folks, they're looking to get debt free just for a personal goal. Some people are looking to get debt free so that they can have a new sense of financial freedom and move forward in another thing in life, which is maybe home ownership or being able to afford something else that they weren't because of their debt. So it really just depends on who you are. I think it's important to figure out who you are so that you can kind of tailor the rewards to whoever you are. If you're someone who needs to get small rewards along the way, maybe every $1,000 you treat yourself in some way. Or if you're someone who's able to kind of stick things through for a while before you need a reward, maybe make the goal a little bit larger. If you have a larger amount of money, once I pay 10K off, then I'll reward myself. And lastly, I would just say be really kind to yourself and be patient with yourself, because this is not an easy process. It's really easy to get off track and it's really hard to stay on track. So be kind and patient, because there's probably going to be times when you're out and about with your friends or your family and you might want to spend a little bit more, or maybe you just decide to stay home on some events because you know you're going to spend money if you go. So it's just making sure that you really prioritize how you're going to do this and taking care of yourself first and foremost, right? You don't want to withhold yourself of too many things, because it can wear on you. So just making sure that you check in with yourself and understand that you might have some setbacks, but it's okay. You can come back from that and just get reacclimated at the end. So hopefully these tips and tricks help you. Let me know if you've tried any of these before, or if you're looking to try any of these. And even if you don't want to start today, at least you got an idea of maybe where you could start when you are ready to. Let me know if there's anything else that you'd like to see. Thank you. Bye. Okay guys, so I'm back with another video today. I was just about to start.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
recording.
I hear you slamming shit.
I was trying to figure out for the longest how I wanted it to be, where I wanted it to be, and then you come in literally right when I'm like, alright guys, I'm trying to build up my energy. But
I need a haircut. Look for my headphones.
You want mine?
No. Things over here. If I can't find one.
There were, oh, I don't know. Oh no, I didn't.
My white ones.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that. Wait, are you gonna come back in?
No.